After the strange energy felt by people across the world when the solar geomagnetic storm hit, we've seen some uncommon things reported in here from you in the comment section. And what we've done now is we've dived deeper into this investigation. So it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. Right now, we're going to be specifically looking into the situation at hand. And the first thing I want to see in the comment section right now, as NOAA comes out with its activity updates and as we see more things spike, do you feel that this is natural or do you feel that it's unnatural as we see more earthquakes strike? And in the next coming days, we're going to have more impact coming with the probability almost near 100% of a 6+ earthquake hitting. And we're going to show you these maps here that you can see where these specific locations right here would be. So a lot of people, I have people from all over, whether they were at schools, whether they were at dealerships, telling me about how they feel an energy shift. And I found something here. NASA balloon detects strange signals coming from ice in Antarctica, comes out November 4th, 2025. But it wasn't just at Antarctica. And Antarctica is a widespread event because of what we know about this location. So it's not that you're just feeling this today and yesterday, and then we still have storms coming in right now. We're going to get down deeper into what you've said here in the comment section. So now this is the first step. Ashley Sarah went out to try to see the aurora just the other night, and she started hearing this noise in Northeast Ohio.
Can you hear this? What is that sound?
All right, you heard that enough. What do you think we're dealing with here? Drop it in the chat right now. And if you're in Northeast Ohio, did you hear this? I'm pretty sure there's going to be some interesting comments coming in here. But I did a deeper dive on this, and I think I pinpointed something here that this is not just an isolated event. I'm going to go into this right now. She said this. She said, I went out to try to see the aurora. Think I missed it. We live about 3 miles from a small airport, 3 miles from main highway. But again, never heard this before. It's been ongoing for a long time now. I can still hear it inside. It's not a tornado siren, but that's the closest thing I can think it sounds like. Anyone? And so she couldn't confirm anything. There was no tornadoes in Ohio just the other day. Justin says, I live in NE, Ohio, didn't hear anything. This was later in the night, so we're going to be getting deeper into that, looking at it. What I did find was that there is an observatory about 40 minutes away from Northeast Ohio. And guess what they do? They look at the atmosphere and they study the ionosphere. And they operate at 30 to 45 MHz. Are we saying they were doing it? No, we're just saying that this is a scenario right here. We're looking at, they have these weird monolith looking things erected up there as well. And remember, we were seeing that all across the world for one period in time. Now let's go deeper here and how we're going to get into how it's affecting you and what's going on in this strange signal from Antarctica. But they try to say, oh, well, it was just in 2016. But now we're telling you about it in November. We've write like 5 articles in November all of a sudden when everybody's feeling these frequencies. And we're telling you right now, but it was in 2016. Don't worry about it. Just go back and eat your biscuits. Go back and eat your Scooby-Doo snacks. So let's look a little deeper here. Because in October, something actually came up from Antarctica that was a radar anomaly, and you got to see this right now. But even before that, what happened? China planted some new towers in Antarctica, and they're saying there's these puzzling signals now starting to come out. That was in September, and let's look at what happened 1 month after that in October.
All right, I don't really even know how to put this, but does anyone know anything about this massive energy wave that seems to be emanating from Antarctica. There's a video going around showing this powerful, huge circular pulse of energy, this wave that seems to be stemming from Antarctica, stretching like allegedly 6,000 miles north over Australia. It looks insanely powerful.
And you know what the official language was to come out? NOAA came out and said it was just a glitch. One of the satellites glitched. That was it. That's all. Calm down. So again, what do you guys think right here? You think this signal right now? Because let's go deeper into this signal. We're going to talk about what's happening to people too as well. Remember, this whistleblower revealed that there was experiments happening in Antarctica. And he said there was domes buried in the ice. And when we talk about that, we can specifically show you now what he's talking about, because the National Science Foundation has this neutrino observatory on their literal website here. And it's at about 2,500 depth with enhanced capabilities for it's a multi-purpose facility. And if they're saying we're seeing strange pulses right now, y'all, this energy fielding started with people even earlier than this solar magnetic storm is what I'm saying. IceCube is the first gigaton neutrino detector ever built and was primarily designed to observe neutrinos from the most violent astrophysical sources in our universe. Neutrinos, almost massless particles with no electric charge, can travel from sources to Earth with essentially no attenuation, no deflection by magnetic fields. So it can pass through magnetic fields. And it says there's about 86 boreholes arrayed over the cubic kilometer, about 1,400 meters, 2,450 meter depth. So it's 5,160 DOMs. These are optical modules where you can get the frequencies coming from. And so they're saying in Antarctica recently, coming back up in the news, that they're getting these signals coming from this area. And we know that if we look deeper into how is it affecting you, we told you that it was a spike in radiation. But if they use this at the same time, they're using the pulse towers radio frequencies, non-thermal harmful effects on the brain. So outside of just let's look into, oh, it's just a solar storm, we're looking into, or what if there's something else here? RF source, continuous wave, short time, high power, single repeating pulse, RF on, can affect neural activity and damage cells, can't induce non-thermal effects on neural activity. Now, thermoelastic expansion can induce mechanical stress, can lead to neurological effects and brain injuries. And it goes into say, can induce biologically non-thermal effects on neural activity. So as we went through this and you felt deep down within yourselves, and I was looking at the comments and like everybody that's coming in is new. If you want to stay tuned and updated on everything, we're a community watch team. We're looking at everything. Hit the subscribe button right now. This channel is going to not be pushed as far. But these were the comments that came in yesterday that made a lot of sense. Somebody said, just north of Pensacola, we had red sky November 11th. I'm a teacher at a high school. Several students complained of being overwhelmed, but couldn't pinpoint why. School programs down most of the day also. So people were getting hit with this from the school systems. I was getting messages in from everywhere. And I'm reading all of your comments here because I take what you say seriously. And you also provide information how people here get help. So if you're a new person tuning in, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to say anything. Come out and comment, say something, because what you say could actually help out thousands of people. Like somebody's dog passed away just the other day because of this situation. They said it got really sensitive. This was the first time it ever happened. And I told you, I said society at large doesn't have protocols. You're going out in this solar magnetic radiation, which in 20 years it hasn't been this high. If you watch the last video we put out, you'll know more about what I'm speaking about. You have to cover up your arms. People are telling me they're going out and starting to just cough and they can't hardly breathe. And that wasn't the only thing, you know, other people were saying. My first reaction was migration. However, it looks like they were circling when they were talking about the birds, because everybody was like, oh, they're just migrating. But in fact, they were getting hit with situations as well as people. Another person in the comments here said, I lived in Fairbanks, Alaska and watched the Northern Lights for 3 years. That looks nothing like the lights I've seen. I call that a light show using some type of gas, electrical current with abilities like that. If I'm right, what makes sense, they're using direct energy. And I said it like that for a reason. In our environment, in the lower heavens above and ground level. So a lot of people didn't think that this was just a normal day. And we had to dive deeper into that here. And Paulette says, I've had a lot of pain with my lupus. Oh, and a big thing I meant to tell you, like, I'm a big person on blueberries and then sweet potatoes. The reason why, because blueberries help you relax, calm. I used to do mixed martial arts. I used to always take that muscle relax. Got magnesium in there. That's going to be something huge that I take. And usually it's at nighttime because I get that relaxed and I can calm down throughout these situations. So as this progresses, though, and we have noises in multiple regions and people seeing things in different regions across the world, from Canada to all these different areas, I'm getting messages in from like regions all across the world of what people have been experiencing. As they experience it, they look up at the sky and they're saying that some of these events where it's more red, they feel that we are seeing, I told you the red ones looking more like the radiation particles that's coming in, and they capture this on camera, these radiation particles and stuff like that. So these radiation particles come in and they're even touching the ground. And today, supposedly, it slowed up a little bit, but we don't know how much it slowed up. And this was the big issue. They combined this thing with a lot of spraying, a lot of people seeing spraying. So, and then it was pollution alerts that came out. So was there something intentionally done here for this event happening? Because you can time all this perfectly, because if it all happens at the same time, the effects become worse. These are studies done through multiple air quality pollution agencies. All this is really done and well researched. Another person says, Stephen, YouTube, I couldn't really see that. It went up really quick. Lupus flares up, severe inflammation, joints, palpitations. We'll have to revisit the skies were red 2 days ago here. Where are you at currently? I have another person that have autoimmune in the joint. See, all this activity as it starts to get worse, you're going to not only sense out this within your body, but the response that's coming next is what's going to be the major issue, because our magnetic field have not seen storms like this so frequent back to back. And that just tells me that whatever is next to follow this, if this is a continuous thing, society at large is not prepared how to deal with geomagnetic storms and whatever else is behind this. If there's more than that, and it's these solar pulses coming in. At large, we're not teaching people in schools, hey, prepare for this. We're teaching them prepare for earthquakes. We need to get ready. We need to be geared up as a entirely, how many of you believe that we probably in the next couple of weeks, and I remember I was watching about these solar storms, that it would get so bad that some people would radically go into this just outburst where they wouldn't even understand what was going on. They could get in this violent activity. And that's really when it's like even worse than this. And it weakens so much that the particles are able to just flow straight through you. And it's actually affecting the brain waves and it's scrambling it even more. So that's like a solar devastation. Now, some people in the comments here were saying they don't believe it's the sun at all, because the sun obviously is in the firmament with us, but a lot of people believe that they're not being affected. However, we have to look at all sides of the equation here if we're going to come up with any type of conclusion in these investigations. Oh, somebody said Scrappy Dappy Doo. I guess the Scooby-Doo comment made y'all say Scrappy Dappy Doo. Are they doing door-to-door evacuations in California, or is that BS? I have not heard anything about door-to-door evacuations in California, so I don't know where that's coming from. But if you're in California, drop in the comments if that's happening. This is the best thing about this community that I love. I can always rely on people here to give us the intel. So if you're looking at the video right now and you're California, just start scrolling through the comments, and it's some interesting comments that's going to be there. So I'm not going to say what they are. You can just go look at them. I'm about 4 miles east. Let's see what you're saying here. East and south of Whitman, AFB in Missouri, and the sonic booms are getting more frequent. So you're close to New Madrid fault, and we were talking about that, Professor. Like, a lot of that was going on, and as the comet thing passed over there, we started to know magnetic significance. So if another thing we can do is, if you're in that Midwest zone of America, let's just have a chat really quick in the comment section, like, because we're just family here, just tuning in. Yeah, we get some random people coming in talking crap for the most part, but the majority of people here are really aware, and I think that we could take this thing far. I think that the people tuning in here are going to be impressed with how much information they can get on their local area. Cheyenne says, no booms here. I'm in Oregon, above Cali. They ain't doing no door-to-door here. The richest YouTube channel says. So there's one person saying that no, they're not doing door-to-door. And again, that's something that we're looking at on the other side. We'll have more information. All the things you say literally dictates what happens in the next video. Wake Up says, I just talked to my sister in San Diego and didn't say anything about evacuations. Never heard about that. Okay, there we go. More people saying that they're not seeing that at all. This is the best confirmation, the ones we can get between each other. Connecticut, quiet. Somebody says, in some areas of burn. I couldn't see that one. We'll have to read that one a little bit later. Okay, so, all right, cool. So a lot of that's not happening, but on the strange energy shift, I want to know one huge critical factor. This is going to determine where we go next in society, and also how I'm going to look at my next investigation. You're going to be a huge part of it. You're going to help so many people you don't even know yet. But are you feeling tingling sensations? And on top of that, is anybody having these sensations right here in their throat? I need to know this, because this is going to trigger the next wave of what's going to happen. And I'm going to specifically tie this in. And not only that, is it post headaches and not just regular headaches? I need to know, is it post headaches? Because from the observations I'm doing here, this is going to really tell me if this radiation that's coming in, is it a natural solar one? I'm looking at that. Or is there something else behind this? Okay, so let me know that. I'm going to be looking at all this. I need to see, just flood me with comments on what's going on, no matter where you are in the world. And this is what I'm going to give you right here, because these signals coming from Antarctica can spread widespread. It's not a isolated thing. So we're all in the same scenario. Doesn't matter if you're in a cabin. Doesn't matter if you live in a hole in the ground. We're looking out for you. So subscribe, stay tuned. Oh, and if you don't understand what's going on, here is video clip. They always make me take so long to even be able to put this down there for you. But oh yeah, here it is. Something hit Earth, strange skies, radiation spike, and quakes. And that was the video we did just yesterday. And it's going to be here, but it's also going to be in the live chat. Secondly, you need to have one thing that I made over the course of 7 years. Is in the live chat, the backup emergency natural and herbal guide, where we're going through all the detailed aspects of different things that I've pretty much have taken over the course of years, which I've deeply researched different events that's coming. And if you want to have a herbal backup guide, you need to have this in your supply bag very much, because this is going to be very important. It's a PDF. You can print it out and have it with you. It's going down all the different events that can come. That is like anything pretty much you can name, and Native American tactics and everything else that basically, if something goes down and you don't have the internet, you just need to have that. That's in the live chat right now. I'm going to be looking at all of your comments to learn everything else I need to know, but do not miss this.